This is why you suck at portraits. Hello, Internet. Welcome to. Oh, sorry, that's plagiarism. Anyways, before we continue, let's start with our fundamentals: shapes and colors, values, and lines. That is it. That is all you need. Forget everything else. Anatomy, who needs it? It can look like a wet dog crawled out of a sewer tank, and as long as you're using all of these skills to fulfill your potential. First, open whatever painting program you use, or if you're old-fashioned, grab yourself a pencil and paper, and also make sure to bash your head against the nearest wall as you stumble over your words over and over again, because you are not going to reread this crap because you hate yourself. Next, stop overthinking. Stop it. A face is just shape. It's just shapes and colors. There are no eyeballs. Forget the eyelashes. Details? Nope. Lips? Nuh-uh. Who needs them? You don't need them because I'm the only one talking. Hell, I'm probably talking to myself. The face is just a square. Add 3 rectangles for the eyes and lips. A rhombus for the nose. A lot of people like to make a whole triangle for the whole nose. You can do that. I don't, but you could. You would be wrong. It would look ugly. You would be wrong. I don't like doing that. But you could. You could. I'm going to judge you the whole time. The whole time. But I mean, you could do that. Now, of course, the complicated part. The shadows of the face. It helps if you have a fancy model online that helps you figure it out. However, I'll just tell you the quick and easy of it. Your eyes, nose, lips, cheeks, forehead, everything. It casts a shadow. There you go. That's it. There you go. See? Look on the screen. There it is. Nice and lovely. Don't you love that? Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Now you have your shadows, right? Good. Enjoy the rest. The ones caused by hair? Oh yeah, no, your character's just gonna be bald. You don't need hair. Don't even add it. Your character's a comedian. Your character is a comedian. Okay? You don't need hair. That's my dog. Say hi, Maple. Even she thinks you don't need hair. She's bald. Okay, that's a lie. She's a punk. Okay, fine, you can add hair. Boom. Shape is figured out. Value. 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 Yeah, your value is figured out. Add a color layer. Or, as the British say, add a color layer and put a gray something or other. Did you do that or did you ignore me? Probably ignored me. Who cares? Supposing that your colors are correct, they shouldn't be muddied. What does this mean? Oh, muddied colors? Well, that just means that you messed up your values. Messing up your values? What does that mean? Well, it could mean one of two things. 1, you didn't use the right colors of value. Cut. You probably ignored me, but who cares? Supposing that your values are correct, they shouldn't be cut. You probably ignored me. Cut. Did you do that, or did you ignore me? Phoenix, turn that off, or turn that down. Cut. You probably ignored me, but who cares? Supposing that your values are correct, they shouldn't be muddied. This means you can use as many vibrant and saturated colors as you want, as they are in fact different values. That's it. That's how you keep your values looking fancy. Of course, there are people who use values that are similar to give a camouflage effect, like a landscape with a deer painted by Rosa Bobenheimer. I'm tired. Bobenheimer? Oh, the screeching in the background is my brother, guys. Bobenheimer? In 1868. I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop. Now, there are 3 types of way you can use contrast for composition for, values. So values, anyways, high key, low key, and high contrast. High key uses the upper half of the value scale, using bright colors And it's seen with more, you know, your pastels. You got your cutesy art styles. You've got your beaches. You just got your cute little cute. It's cute. It's just like cute dog paintings. You know, Loki is just a mysterious vibe. You know, then high contrast is exactly what it sounds like. It uses the full scale, and Loki, meanwhile, uses the lower half darker. It's used for more mysterious vibe, spooky. You'll see this with a lot of painted skulls and whatnot. High contrast is exactly what it sounds like. It uses the full scale. And these are usually what the food paintings you keep seeing are practicing. They are practicing still life too, of course, you know. But, like, really, who's trying to paint a lemon? Really, like, they aren't that interesting. But they could be having some sort of metaphor, I guess, that may or may not have something to do with the state of 2014 Wattpad, but that's besides the point. Anyways. So now that your ears are bleeding, consider subscribing, maybe? Because I'm against AI. Yeah, that's right. The ramble that you've been forced to hear, that's just me on Tuesday afternoon. Though I guess you could probably tell because I've been stuttering through this whole thing. The whole time. So, you know, you've probably been able to tell, but that's besides the point. It's fine. What's step are we on? Oh, yeah, lines. Add guidelines. Just add them. It'll help you. I promise. You know, add your eyes, your nose, mouth, everything. And while you're doing that, let me say, I hate lines. Look at me. Suffering. I hate them. I can never get them straight. Line weight? Can never get it weighted. It's never in the right place. It's somehow always wrong, and it looks like it crawled through Satan's toes, and it came out worse than it started. It is single-handedly the worst thing I've ever been forced to go through. Which is why I love colors, shapes and colors. Now, because I am awesome, I usually just skip the value step. That doesn't make sense, right? I can hear you saying that. But here's the thing. I am not going to leave you guys stranded on an island, right? Which is why I am doing this properly. Pinky promise, okay? Because it'll just end up being one of those videos, you know the ones. Well, they'll be teaching you something, it'll be like 1, 2, skip a few type of videos. Or they'll seem super simple, only for you to realize halfway through that they are implementing a skill that can't be visually seen through the videos, and then you are left with a half-baked cake missing most of the ingredients. So now that you've added all the details, joking. Okay, so I know most people don't like the grayscale method. That is when you just paint in black, white, grays, you know, and then you add a color layer, blah, 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 blah. Okay, here's a quick little example of what that looks like, you know. Oh, that's just me. I'm the only one who hates that. I'm the only one who despises that. Okay, fine. Go ahead. Go do that. Whatever. You'll get a perfect blend and blah, 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 blah. Fine. Go ahead. Do that. But other than that, my favorite thing to do is this. Okay? On my lovely program, my lovely super duper expensive super duper fire alpaca 64-bit program, it blends all of the brushes on low opacity. And I tend to paint on one layer on my computer with just my finger because my stylus broke. This keeps all of my colors within the same value range. Sorry for the bragging there for a moment. I don't usually... I'm sorry, I couldn't take myself seriously. Anyways, this keeps all my colors within the same value range. So... This keeps all my colors within the same value range-esque. You know, especially when you already have a gray background that you are using or a background of your choice. I usually pick gray because it hurts my eyes less. You know? So, Step 1, stutter like an idiot. Step 2, pick which values that you're working in. High key, mid tones, which is exactly what it sounds like. Low key or high contrast. Then add your background. But wait, we haven't even colored in our portrait. Yeah, we're still waiting on that. Just do what I say, please. Okay. And now, your first 2 colors, your lightest color and your darkest colors. This is going to be your highlight or not your highlight. What is the word? What is the word? Hello, my friends. Help me. Help. Reach through my screen, grab my forehead, and just tell me, please. Your light source. That's the word. Thank you. Thank you. For who said that? You? Thank you. I love you. Anyways, your light and your shadow. And those 2 colors are going to be complementary colors. That's right. That is the trick that absolutely nobody will tell you. Your lights and shadows will almost always be complementary colors, okay? All lights, shadows, they're the complementaries of each other, okay? So you know that tip, that same tip that you've always heard, that you should almost always use purple to shade? That's because most people use yellow as their light source. And purple is a complementary to yellow. I think. Yes, it is. Okay. Let me just. Can I expand this thing? Okay. So, here. I cannot expand this thing. But here, let me just. No, please. Oh, thank you. There we go. Boom. Booyah, I win. Now, most people, they'll be like, no, purple and green are complementaries. They're talking about violet. No, they're not. Red and green are complementaries. Sometimes I need to just study. We're just gonna cut that out. So, for example, if you use orange as your light source, you should use blue as your shadow, because those are complementary colors. And then you've got your refractive light. Take the colors from the background, paint it lightly on our face. Take the colors that reflect from the hair onto the skin, vice versa. Okay. Now, look between the colors of your face, and in that weird gray area, and choose the color you want under the color of the skin. Yeah, shapes and colors. Now we're talking. That's my brother. He's in the background. He's pretty cool. He's playing Cuphead. He's pretty cool. Okay, now we're gonna take a moment for past me to catch up. Hi! Look at that painting. Isn't that pretty? And after that, you were nothing other than pain, and after that, you were nothing other than the pain in your dominant hand. Though you probably get that night anyways. One last detail. Go add details. Create garbage, because it will forever be more gorgeous than AI slop. Reality is an illusion. The universe is a hologram. Bye, gold. Fuck, that's plagiarism. Bye again. Phoenix, you want to say bye? He doesn't care about this. Frankly, I probably shouldn't either. Bye.